Yes, yes, yes.
Hey,
Oi,
hey,
oi,
hey.
oi. Mate, I am buzzing. I am absolutely buzzing.
Any luck on the old Twitter sphere with the darts mini league?
Mate, I reckon they're hating on me because I've commented on so
I looked last night because I don't know if you've seen. I commented as well. It was like I put the screenshot of like the rules about the mini league, and then I thought I'd go back through like other comments on what it's just you.
I know. No response.
It's still not sorted. What's going on?
I mean, the fact that I've had to basically share with a link, I didn't even know. I found other people on Twitter sharing their mini league with a URL, and that's how I found out. I wouldn't have worked that out otherwise.
Yeah.
But it still worries me a bit that it might just be for one game week. The league might just be like
I
it's
think it is.
why it's so stupid. Basically, what we might have to do is like set up a new one for each game week and then add the scores
And
together.
that scores on. I think that's what's going to have to happen. Yeah.
Because obviously Purnell and his boys are all in the league, and I don't think anyone did the punishment last year, but there is a punishment involved, which I think is like if you come bottom.
Yeah, it was you that was meant to get punished on that.
No, I didn't come bottom. I didn't do great, but I didn't. A couple of people like forgot to change their team like for the last round last year, and it fucked them. But yeah, if Purnell logs on or if he's watching, you'll have to confirm what the punishment is. But I think it's throwing 3 darts at a board. Luckily, you've got one behind you if you do come last, and then there's a drink associated with each number. I think, and
Okay.
yeah. So I guess like 20 would be the least harsh up to yeah. So yeah, I'll have to formulate what that is. But obviously, yeah, you've done your team.
Yeah, sorted, man.
Sorted.
Couple of last minute ones could go either. It's annoying because a lot of the players that I want in like the outsider category are in the same like pool because you can choose like 2 of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come on to that.
We will come on to it. Let's start with the bread and butter with the footy. Do you want to share your screen? Because I haven't really prepped anything. Obviously, there's a game tonight in there.
Is there? Oh shit!
Yeah, Spurs away to Forest is tonight. So in a way, it's good that we've done this at lunchtime because we don't have to mess around with the game week closing.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot of injury stuff to worry about. Like,
actually, should we get on with our? What do you want to do? Do you want to look at what we've done this week or last week or?
Let's do a quick wrap up of last week. But yeah, let's not. We're gonna have to work through everything a bit quicker.
I thought you beat me, but the -4 must have.
Oh mate, I didn't even look. You just said I beat you, and I was like, sweet. But yeah, I took a -4. Oh, that's devastating.
So that means and we were head to head in the actual Foxes and Fantasy.
Yeah.
As well, weren't we? So it's a double up. Savage.
Oh, the last few weeks have been an absolute killer. But yeah, it's not great. There hasn't been many high scoring weeks, has there? Really?
Not recently, no. Obviously, the main thing this week was that Haaland didn't play, which none of us knew about prior to the deadline. Luckily, I don't think I even chose my vice captain. I think it just stuck on Salah because he was my captain the week before and it switched him. But I imagine there were a few people out there that didn't do their vice captain and landed on someone shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I haven't looked. I've kind of disconnected, so I haven't looked at how I've done. I guess it's under average, but I guess there will be some people who didn't have Salah vice, and
I don't think Greg did he?
If you had Son,
Yeah,
Son probably did even better, didn't he? Then he must have.
yeah, he would have done. Yeah, I don't know about the same.
About the same. So, I mean, if you didn't have Salah, you're likely to have Son, and that's likely to have been your vice. So I don't know. Like I said, I haven't looked at it properly.
Yeah, I mean, I had Højlund coming in for Haaland, which was he didn't even start against Bournemouth, and they got dicked anyway.
Yeah.
Lucky, I Alvarez 5 points is pretty standard for him, but it was a bit of a probably differential this week because not too many have got him. Other than that, absolute rubbish.
It's just been the last few weeks it's been a struggle. It's really been a struggle, especially like transfers haven't gone particularly well. Newcastle have started shipping goals and playing shit, which obviously affected quite a few people. There's not many clean sheets around. There you got Liverpool, Arsenal, United, Newcastle, not a clean sheet between them.
Yeah, I think I've had Oro on the bench for 3 weeks in a row, and he's returned, which is a bit annoying. But
it's where the -4s have really cost me, because 4 points on a game week like this is actually a lot.
10% of your total.
Exactly. If you're getting 60s or whatever, then it's fine. But when it's slim pickings, 4 points is it's big.
Yeah. I don't think I started Palmer either, but he came on for 1 point. Huang was a 1 week wonder. So I've done a bit of work mixing it up for this week. Sort of had a little bit of a splurge with a -8. But should we have a little look at your team from last week if I just get it up?
Yeah, I was just going to say, interesting, the Trippier's on a red. I saw he got taken off, and I thought...
Oh, no, he's suspended.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? That's actually sorted me out, because I was very surprised to see fucking Byrne is back already.
Yeah.
What is that about? Mate, what is that? I thought he was going to be out for months.
Yeah, but I think Livramento is... Well, he's obviously going to play this week with Trippier out. I'm guessing he'll be right back and Byrne left back. But I think when Trippier's back the following week, I think I'd be surprised if Livramento didn't hold down his spot, because he has been on it since he came into
I don't know, though, because Byrne is pretty integral to them, man. Just his size and it. I think obviously he's still coming back to fitness, but he did come on in the Champions League. I think obviously Livramento will switch to the right this week. Byrne will come in at left back, but then next week when Trippier's back, I'm pretty sure that'll be the end of Livramento as a regular.
Yeah, I think the other issue with that is, with them now being out of the Champions League, it's not like you can even watch, because they're not even in Europa League, are they? They're completely out of Europe. So it's not like you can watch a midweek and say, Byrne played in Europe, so Livramento should be good for the weekend. It's always going to be waiting and wondering.
Yeah.
Usually when teams are out of Europe, obviously they get a week break between each game. They'll just stick with, especially a team like Newcastle, I imagine they'll stick with the same team every week unless there's some major injury issue. They didn't really do much while they were in Europe, so they ain't going to do it. Now they're out. Same for United. Obviously, they're out of everything now.
Yeah.
Which is probably good news for them in a way.
Yeah, it probably is. It's mad, though, isn't it? Because it looks like Prem isn't going to get that extra coefficient spot now.
Are they not?
Well, United and Newcastle both not even qualifying for
yeah.
I think it is definitely means that they might not, so that 5th place might not go to Champions League anymore.
So there was a chance, was there, that this season 5th was going to be next year? So they would have announced that pretty soon, I imagine.
I don't know. I guess you still need to wait for it to play out, because I suppose if Liverpool win the Europa and Man City win the Champions League, maybe that is enough. So I guess you need to see how far the other teams go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Palmer was my transfer, no good. Semenyo came in, no good. I don't know if my bench had any points. Don't think so.
No.
Nah, Doku's been a nightmare. Cash not starting. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, at least Trippier being out should benefit me a bit this week. So
who have they got this week? Is it a decent?
Actually,
home to Fulham, I think it is, isn't it? So yeah,
decent.
Decent. Although Fulham have been on, they've scored loads of goals the last few weeks. They scored 3 against Liverpool, and they beat one. Was it Forest? They beat 4-0, and then they beat somebody else 5-0.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, how's your team looking for this week?
So I have done a -8. So obviously there's some question marks around Haaland. I think Pep's doing his press conference for the game as we speak, so I might have a little look in a minute, because that's bound to be one of the first questions asked. So we might have a little look at that. But I know it's a bit stupid to be basing my decisions on this, but there's a FPL account on Twitter that has found the Haaland family FPL mini league.
Yeah, you said that.
They all transferred out Haaland before the last game week, and they haven't put him back in. So make of that what you will. I'd add obviously they're blanking next week anyway, so I wasn't too concerned if I miss him for Palace, but took him out for Watkins. Brought Son in for who did I bring him in for? For Huang. So major upgrade there. Obviously, to save a lot of money from Haaland. I'd already made as soon as the game week finished last week. I put Solanke in for Højlund, who obviously needed to come out. So I've got a pretty decent team this week, but obviously I've spent a -8. I've got Alvarez first on the bench. I might end up playing him if we find out that Haaland's out, then I'll probably have to start him. But then it's like, don't know who I'll drop out of that. The defense is a bit suspect with Tsimikas against United, but you could argue that it's actually not that bad.
I'm pretty confident they'll get a clean sheet there.
I put Areola in, and if he doesn't, because they're home to Wolves, I thought was the better fixture than because Newcastle have been conceding a few, and then obviously if he doesn't start, then Dubravka will come on. So yeah, pretty happy with that team. I've kept Trippier for next week because they got Luton and Forest and a couple of other easy games.
Yeah, but so it's going to be tricky for you to get Haaland back in, I suppose. So I suppose they're obviously missing a game week anyway, and then
I think my plan. I have got a plan, but I've forgotten what it was. I think it was to take Son. Yeah. So I'm not going to make a transfer next. Well, depending on injuries, but the plan is no transfer next week. Then I've got 2 free transfers for when City are back, and then it'll be downgrade Son to Richarlison, and then put Haaland back in for either Alvarez or Solanke. So then going forward, I have Watkins and Haaland up front, which is probably the main 2 you want. So that's the plan.
Yeah, all right, that's decent. Well, -8 this week. If I don't take any minus, I've got to get a win this week. Fucking hell. I mean, although your team does look pretty strong, but I mean, I could take a -4, but I don't really want to. Let's have a look at the show because I don't even know. So I think mine's looking all right as well. It's just obviously like Docker and Haaland, and actually the problem is if neither of them play, I don't mind Semenyo coming in at home to Luton. He's been starting quite regularly, so I don't mind that. But Maguire, I'd say, is highly unlikely to play. And anyway, Liverpool away, don't really want him. And Cash just doesn't start anymore. So it's a bit risky because I might well end up with basically 10 players, one of them being Semenyo.
I got a quote here from Pep. I think this is today. Let me just check. 2 minutes ago. Hopefully he can travel to Saudi. I don't think he'll be ready to play this weekend. It's not a fracture, just stress. So I'd be shocked if he started after him saying that. But
so it's a tough one. Did he say anything on Doku? Do you know?
Good shout. Let's have a look.
But yeah, I mean,
because it'll be a good differential this week if he is back.
Yeah, I bet he won't be though. I'd be very surprised.
No, he hasn't said anything on Doku yet.
Okay. I guess if I did take a -4, it'd either be taking Haaland out or.
So what have you made a transfer already? Have you?
Yeah, Son in for Bruno.
Okay, nice.
I had the money to do that. Obviously, Bruno, he was going to come out anyway, but he got suspended. He's suspended as well. So, yeah, Son in for Bruno. I think I'm the same as you. Looking at Captain Salah, I do think they might spank United. And also, if United, I think Shaw came off injured and Maguire's a doubt. So,
no Bruno.
Yeah, no Bruno. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't see their game in midweek against Bayern, but it looked pretty poor from the stats.
Son away to Forest is tempting as well, though, just because Forest's been shipping a few goals lately, and Son's on big form, so that it's still a bit tricky. But yeah, I think definitely leaning towards Salah. I think I'm going to go. I've got the same keeps as you, but I think I'm going to go Dubravka, double up on Newcastle, and hope that they keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, or if I don't take Haaland out, I could do a -4 for one of those defenders, maybe Cash, because Cash has been.
Yeah, you could play Semenyo against straight swap Semenyo for Haaland.
Yeah, that's not too bad. But
Yeah.
then it's having another sub just in case Doku don't play.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I thought of with my team is with the way things are, you want at least one good sub.
I mean, Chelsea
Yeah.
know their shit, but Sheffield United at home, you would hope that
There is
that's.
rumours that Nkunku could be back.
Is it?
But yeah, he's not going to play 90 minutes, is it? He'll probably come off the bench for like 20.
Thing is, even if you did do Chelsea, what defender would you go for?
Colville probably is he plays the most minutes, I think.
I mean, their defense is a mess. James is obviously out. Gusto's out.
Could be back soon, though.
Yeah, but probably not for this week. Chilwell's out, and they haven't really got any fucking fullbacks.
Colville will probably play left back, I imagine, then. And Cucurella, if he's fit, will play right back. He's played there a couple of times.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can basically, any one of those Chelsea defenders is going to play because they ain't got any other options.
Yeah. It might be Colwill then for Cash, maybe. Or I just take the punt on Haaland, get a forward in, which is probably going to be, more chance of getting a points return for that -4 or a decent.
Watkins has obviously got Brentford this week and then Sheffield United the week that Haaland doesn't play anyway. So that's why I kind of did it now to beat the price rise because he's going to come in next week for most people anyway at home to Sheffield United. Brentford away they didn't concede many, they didn't lose many at home. So not a necessity for this week, but option is or Solanke.
I mean, the thing is with Haaland taking him out, I suppose the good thing is that he hasn't gone up in price, so you're not losing anything. It's not like it's going to cost you more to get him back.
No.
Like more than what he is now.
Yeah.
So
Wilson could be a bit of a differential.
It's just the Isaac.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always Darwin, but I don't think it can be done. So
I mean, to be fair, all he's got to do is hit the target against Onana and it'll go in. So as long as he can do that.
That's true. That is true, but that's a big if. So maybe it's Watkins then and Haaland. Yeah, I mean, he's got unlikely to play this week, no game next week. So that's already 2 game weeks he's not going to play.
Yeah, then you're definitely going to want him back after.
Yeah. So if I did do it, that's the thing. I'd try and keep the money aside to bring him back at least.
Yeah,
because I don't want to end up in a situation where I can't. Or it's really hard to afford him again. So yeah, maybe I'll do that with a -4. I think you reckon a lot of people will be taking minus this week.
I think so. Yeah, I saw someone put a poll on Twitter like, "What do you think will be the most like this week?" Like, don't make any transfers, 1 free transfer, -4 or -4 or more. And I think -4 was winning. I think that with injuries and stuff as well, you got Haaland, and then there's a few other like Gordon might not play.
Obviously, Bruno's suspended.
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 -4 will be the average this week.
Let's have a quick look at the transfers in and out then. So you got Martinez. Yeah, obviously they've had a couple of clean sheets recently.
Yeah.
Dubravka up there.
A lot of people transferring Bournemouth players in on the back of their good form. Leno's the top scoring keeper, I noticed.
Is he? Yeah. Well, he saved I suppose he saved a penalty. They've had some clean sheets. Yeah. But he's quite expensive, 4.7. Like, yeah.
Yeah, better served.
Pedro, biggest, highest brought in defender. What did you get him for? Like 5 mil?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, so you've done well out of that.
Yeah, now Doggy's back though, it's like he counteracts that, doesn't he? And he's cheaper. But they both get forward. Obviously, Doggy, did he score last week? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah. That cut me a bit because I had him for weeks and he didn't do anything. And then
No, they do. They take up those like number 10 positions, both the wing backs. So they're both good.
Yeah, that's where his goal came from.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pedro and then Trent's gone up 0.2, 8.2 now. It's mad. If I do bring in Watkins for Haaland, I'll have 6.9 mil in the bank. I don't know if I've ever had a game week where I had that much, like that cheaper squad.
Yeah.
It's mad. Yeah, it's just crazy at the moment. I was like, De Bruyne being injured, it's like Salah and Haaland are the only two like really high value players in the whole game.
Yeah, because Son started at 9, didn't he? At the start of the season, it was like, who's better, Son or Rashford? He both started at 9, and Son's
Rashford
has gone down.
I had Rashford and Richarlison.
Yeah, same.
Disaster. Midfield, you've got people still bringing in Gordon. Maybe that was before. But I suspect he'll play. I think he's all right.
Yeah, I think Howard did say that they're not too concerned. So, yeah, he has had a lot of minutes there recently. So, I'm not sure he'll play the whole 90. But, yeah, probably worth bringing in for the long run anyway. And Decore's been scoring a lot recently.
Not Sterling's bad in there. I might. His trouble is I don't want to double up on Chelsea. But Doku, I mean, he might have to come out after this week.
They've been also Sheffield United have been a bit more resolute since Wilder's gone in, so and obviously Chelsea aren't doing that well either. So on paper, it looks like it could be a smashing, but hopefully not. And if it is, hopefully it's Palmer getting all the points.
Might be now at 6.6 because he started at 7. Richarlison, like that is a bit of a bargain.
It is, and he's playing. Now they've switched back to Son on the wing and Richarlison.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I was just thinking as well with your triple City, if you don't act on Haaland this week, then you're going to have 3 City players with no game next week.
Yeah,
I don't know if your bench is good enough to.
That's the thing. I could do that. I could do Watkins this week, and then next week maybe Richarlison for Doku, or or I'd have money for Bowen maybe, or something like that. And then Solanke most transferred in striker with Watkins second. Transfers out. Areola, I guess people are straight swapping for Dubravka probably.
Yeah, I've seen what's his face Turner as well started for Palace in their last game. He's actually started again as soon as people.
For Forest, you mean? Yeah.
For Forest, sorry, yeah.
Oh yeah, is it? Yeah, but they concede a lot anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously, Mbuemo's a red now as well, so he got injured too.
And Afcon coming up.
Yeah, and Afcon coming up. Douglas Luiz as well. So.
Oh, I didn't realise he was out.
Yeah.
I think he's suspended.
Yeah. Yeah, suspended. Yeah. And Darwin. A lot of people taking out Darwin. They might regret that this week. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I think I'm going to do that Watkins one right now. Fuck it. Another -4.
Well, you've got a 4-point head start on me at least.
Yeah. At least then I've got, if Doku don't play, I've got Semenyo. I shouldn't, and then the rest of the team should be fine.
Yeah.
So fuck it. All right.
Quick look at the.
Yeah, before we move on to darts. So Ed's doing so well, man. Fucking hell. There's something about second season fantasy. This is his second season. Last year was obviously Greg's second season. He did really well. I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, he had Salah and Son. So if you had that combo, then you were laughing last week.
43 points on their own if you had Salah captain.
Yeah, so I mean, he had nothing else in the rest of his team. Sorry, this is my work group. Sorry, that was my work league. But I imagine he's second in the fantasy league.
Glenn 963. Fucking hell.
Glenn, very similar. Just Salah captain. Yeah, starting to get some split out. What's the gap between me and you now? 10 points. 10
Yeah.
points. It's mad that I'm still ahead of you because our head-to-head must be like you're smashing me.
4 games now, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ollie with a 25. Yeah, no Salah, so Saka Vice.
He
That's
must
tough.
have a lot of money in the bank, surely. And no Salah and no Son.
Yeah.
He has got Trent.
Yeah, true. Trent and Trippier. So
Max
that's
out on the defense. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, 25. All in all, even so only like solace I can take is even though my scores haven't been great or our scores weren't great, they've just been fairly low scoring weeks anyway.
Yeah.
We haven't lost that much ground, but
Yeah, I think you're 60 odd points behind top. That's not out of the equation just yet. I think once you
yeah,
get 100 points behind, then it's hard work.
yeah. Right, doing pretty well. But yeah, again, just I mean, there's no point even looking at everyone's teams. Just like no, doesn't matter what variation of like differentials you add, they all
Yeah,
did shit. They like literally they all did shit.
Greg only got 34. He didn't have Salah Vice, did he? Darwin.
Yeah, I think that was an accident one. I don't think he updated.
Yeah.
So yeah, some pretty. Matt did well, 64. That would get quickly. Yeah, just Son and Salah. Basically, those that did well had that combo. If you didn't do well, if you did shit, then it means you didn't have either of them as a vice captain. And if you did average, it means you had one of them. That's basically literally that's it.
How's the head-to-head league shaping up in terms of standings and fixtures this week?
Let's have a look. Let me just come back. I don't know if you had. So yeah, you done me.
Reed and Sloaner, 23 plays 19.
That's slim pickings.
That was minuses galore.
Rye, another win. Rye's storming away with it.
Yeah, we're hoping Page could do some damage there.
Pernell, 49 with a -4. So yeah, he had the Salah-Son combo as well. He got -1 from Trippier and Lascelles, which like yeah, so he lost out on a couple there. But yeah, and then you scraped me. Josh still captain in Oiler.
Imagine if this was the week we reached Liverpool that he just finally come alive.
Yeah, I love the stubbornness. The funny thing is, I think he is actually playing, like he is doing his team and stuff, but he just refuses to change that. So yeah, Rye 6 points clear now. Smebby in second. Strong from him. But yeah, a lot of people around this sort of around the 900 point mark, give or take.
Yeah.
Anything above 940 and you're doing pretty well. Yeah.
What's the matches this week?
Have a look. Good shout. Me against you. Kev, Martin against Greg. Rye away to Billy. Oh, that was one thing that we didn't. Sorry, yeah, the Space Cadet derby.
Yeah, who won that?
Billy with a good score, 56.
We got a Fossway derby, Sloaner against Page.
True, yeah, odd down as well.
Tim against Nathan is a Gives and Hawks derby.
Yeah, and then I mean, even though I lost to Ross the other week, you should be. That's a very winnable fixture. You'd think Ross at home. I don't know what his. Oh, it won't let me even look at his team for some reason. Don't know. Yeah. Yeah, then Pernell against Smebby is like a fairly top of the table clash. But yeah, let's see how that goes. Maybe a few people forget to do their team tonight. You never know. And then pretty big Super Sunday, Liverpool United, Arsenal, the 2:00 game. 2 o'clock, the darts will be on. I don't know what I'm going to do there. And that's a nice segue. Do you want to share?
Yeah.
Sorry, we've had a quick question here from Anas. Should I buy Saka or Gordon?
That's a tough one because Saka's obviously nailed for 90 every week, but we've got Brighton, Liverpool, like Newcastle definitely got easier fixtures. They got Fulham, Luton, Forest. So I think have a look at Hal's press conference. If Gordon's all right, then I would probably say Gordon, but there's not a lot in it. If you need to save money, then go Gordon. If money's not an issue, then go Saka. That would be my advice.
Yeah, I mean, Saka, he doesn't get a lot of blanks.
He's super consistent, and then he throws in the odd,
the odd penalty if he don't give it away, or he tends to get something. So, but Gordon's been on good form. I just wonder whether the whole Gordon thing he might have peaked a bit and might start. I don't know. And that's more out of hope than expectation. This first him. Cool. Let's go. Let's have a look at the darts then. So for those that are interested, I did put the link to the mini league, the darts mini league, in the description. So click on that, make your team. It takes about 2 minutes to make a team because it's only like 6 players or 8 players, or whatever.
Do you want me to share?
Yeah, if you could do. I haven't got a tab ready.
Yeah.
So it starts tonight, and then from tomorrow it's 2 sessions a day, isn't it?
Yeah.
The interface is fantastic. I mean, it's good, literally like the downgrade.
I mean, look at this. Took me ages to work out what was going on here. When I joined your league last night, I was like, "How do I view the league?" But your whole game week 1 section is here. So if I want to add, I made a team, but then when you join a league, you have to remake your team again anyway.
Yeah. Exactly. So you can have like one team for the overall leaderboard and then a completely different team for a mini league. Yeah. It's like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So I've made both the same, but
yeah, same. I can't be fucked with having different variations. It's going to be too.
Yeah. But the main one, if you are joining this league, the main one to remember to edit is this one because this is the league, no bigger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, essentially you get you pick 2 from the favorites category, 2 from like the next sort of like level, like just below favorites, and then like 4 outsiders. And then you
maybe zoom in a tad on your team.
Okay.
Yeah, just zoom in a little bit. Yeah. And then the other thing is obviously the lower rank, so the seeded players get a bye in the first round.
Yeah.
So the lower ranked players in the first game week play twice versus playing once. And that, like, obviously to maximize points, you want to captain a lower ranked player who plays twice and preferably wins both, or at least in the second round, has a competitive game, because you do get punished for losing. You get minus points. So if you do captain a lower ranked player, and even if they win their first match, if they get smashed in the second match, then it's not going to be ideal because you're going to go backwards.
Yeah. The one thing I noticed is different from last year is I think last year when your player went out, you only had like 2 free transfers or something like that. So an extra transfer would cost you 4 points. Whereas this year, when the first game week is over, which is round 1 and 2, you do your team all over again, and there's no like consequences for your players going out other than the minus points you get for losing legs and sets. So
again, I don't know if I like that. Also, because you're going to end up with people just selecting the same fucking players. Because if a low rank player does really well, or whoever does really well in the first round, everyone's just going to put them in.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But these are the sections there. So if I just click on to show you, like, you click on replace, like these are the options that you can choose from the favorites, and it's got I think that's their world ranking, or is it their seed?
I think it's their seed.
You pick 2 from 8 of these, and like we said, like none of these players play in the first round, and then they obviously played a winner of one of these 4 players in the second round. And if we have a look at what you get points for on the scoring, so an average over 99.9 is 3 points. So really only the top players or someone who's really on form is going to achieve that. Event 1, so winning your game, you get 3 points. If you're good at checkouts, that's obviously a bonus. You get 2 points. A 9 darter is huge, 15 points.
Yeah.
So you might want to pick someone who's got one of those on TV before. There's quite a few of them about now.
I remember Purnell a couple of years ago, the first year he did it, he picked like the low rank player he didn't even know. It was what was his name? Borland.
Borland, yeah.
Yeah. And he got that 9 darter in the last leg of the match. So yeah, he was like in the top 10 in the Netherlands because of that. Which
it looks like you only get minuses for legs lost. It doesn't look like you get minuses for if you lose the match, unless that says that anywhere. No, so it's just the amount of legs that you lose. So I guess it's not that important.
No, but if you get smashed, if you lose 3 sets 3-0, then you're going to get -9. So.
And then captain's the same. You obviously get double for the good things they do, but you get double minus if they lose a leg. And then this year you've got a vice captain who gets 1.5 times these amounts as well. So you could maybe pick a favourite as a captain and a vice captain. Maybe you could go for a bit of an outsider, or gives you a few more options there.
Purnell said I was like, I've got some big news about the vice, and then he was like, I mean, that's obvious in it. Like, why else would you have a vice? And I was like, I don't know, like, they might get injured on the walkout.
Like COVID, when MVG got COVID or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
injured on the walkout.
Yeah, we've seen it happen. Van Dijvenbode.
Van Dijvenbode,
Although he still played the match, but yeah. So obviously the fix, like, if you want to go in deep, the fixtures are quite important because
they are. Unfortunately, this website is shite and doesn't show you. I don't think it does it? You have to source your own fixture.
It shows who they're playing first round. Like it'll show you they're playing first round, but you can't see like the tree or whatever. So you can find it online. So especially the low rank players, you want to make sure that they've got a winnable game first match, but also the second match they've got some like potentially a game they could win. Yeah,
they're going to be playing a higher ranked player in the second match, but obviously I think is it the top 30 are seeded. So someone like this guy, for example, is probably like around that area anyway. He's won a few tournaments recently, and he's got a first round match. I'd say this is probably the hardest. So like we said, these are the top 8 that you can choose from favourites, and then the next list down, you've got like a few players that play Premier League, like Doby, Vandenberg, Wade, and then you've got a few others. Like they're all decent players, but it's probably worth seeing who's got, because obviously these all come into effect in round 2 as well.
Yeah.
So you can see who they're going to be potentially playing from the round 1 winner. So
I last year I had Rusty Jake. I think he did shit, but I like it. I'm always inclined with this in particular to kind of go with the players I quite like as well. So but he's playing. I saw he's got like that Cameron Menzies first round.
Menzies,
he's actually pretty decent. And then I think in the second round, so I can't. I think he'll lose, so I can't pick him.
Yeah, I went for Ross Smith because he's got quite a winnable match and he's quite strong on 180s.
It's the 180s, yeah. I think I've gone for him as well.
And then Doby has obviously improved massively this year. I think he could do quite well. I think he's got decent fixtures. I found this category here was probably the hardest. I went for Gurney. I think he's got quite a good Ali Pally record. Joyce, I've seen a few people have put up as an outsider because he's been pretty on it recently. Obviously, you've got players like D'Souza, who's been a lot better in the past, but maybe not so good this year.
Yeah.
Do you know who you chose from this section?
Let me get my team out now. So Keane Barry, you love a bit.
I do. The thing is, he's got MVG in the second round, which obviously isn't ideal. But when I realised that you don't lose players to make transfers for the next round, I thought, you know what, he could maybe pinch a few legs.
Didn't he got dicked by someone?
He got absolutely dicked last year. I think it was by a soft tip player as well. He just wasn't on it, but he is a good player on his day. I don't know what's going on there. I can't get Where's Gurney gone? I can't. This isn't the full list, is it?
No, you can scroll down. There's more in it.
Yeah, it's just there's no scroll bar. There's only a scroll bar for the page. There's no scroll bar.
Don't you like?
I'm pressing down on keyboard as well. There's
like two fingers on the
maybe
on the trackpad. Let me get mine up. I don't. I'm a bit worried about revealing too much, but
is it?
Wow, it's just per now and that. Like, sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Okay. So, same captain as you. I've gone for Barney.
Is he gonna? Yeah, I did have a look. He's not got too bad of a.
Yeah, Whitlock's quite tempting though. He's got someone I've basically never heard of, and
yeah, good on finishes as well. Could get a few good checkouts.
Is he? Yeah, I think Super Chin, Gurney, potentially Schindler as well. I do like, but
Matt was saying Rids has been on it.
Yeah,
I can kind of see as well. It's like if you look at how the draw shapes up, I think if he wins as he should, it could be him against Humphreys in the round of 16, which would be a pretty good match because they're both fast, high-scoring players.
Is the first? Is it 1, 2, and 3, or just 1 and 2? The first game.
1 and 2.
Just 1 and 2. Yeah. So yeah, I've got Barney at the moment. I've got Boris.
Yeah.
Big boy Boris.
I think I had him last year.
I can't remember who he's got, but I thought it was. I seem to remember thinking he's winnable. He's obviously the most popular.
Yeah, Rob's not a bad player. I did consider him. I went for that camp. Yeah, Bunce is obviously, but he's got Smith in round 2 is the issue. But
yeah, I was looking at the odds for tonight, and Bunce is an underdog in that first round.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it Dotes? Is it someone called
Dotes?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know, but he must be all right. And I think Bunce obviously did really well in that last tourney, but
in the Grand Slam, yeah.
Yeah, but I think maybe beyond that. So yeah, I was surprised he's actually a slight underdog for his first round.
I went for that D Cameron because he's got Hughes, who's had a couple of first round exits at Ali Pali. So I'm hoping that he can get the job done there. But yeah, it's quite slim pickings in that category.
Yeah. Boris is against Keegan as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he's against Keegan Brown. So we could have a big head-to-head there in the first round. And then I do love Hempel.
I do. The thing that put me off is his second round. He's got, I can't remember who it is now. It's someone decent. He should come through his first round.
Yeah, he had a really good run. What, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago? But then I think last year, I think he might have gone out round 1.
Yeah.
There's Rapid Ricky Evans in that category. He usually gets through at least the first round.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm basically leaning towards Hempel.
Williams, maybe.
You got Fallon Sherrock. That Watamina's an absolute bell end, isn't he? I can't stand that guy. But yeah, it'd be a toss up between Hempel and Ricky Evans. You've got Steve Beaton in there as well.
Yeah. I think the other one, the captain for Pikachu section, you've got Littler in there as well. And if he comes through his first round match, so if anyone don't know, Littler's he just won the youth PDC, and he's like highly touted 16-year-old, maybe just turned 17. If he wins his first round match, he'll have Gilden in the second round. Obviously, Gilden's a pretty decent player in his day, but yeah, I think a lot of people it'll be between Littler and Pikachu.
Yeah, I think Pikachu. I don't know who that Suzuki is, but often those like soft tip players aren't very good at Ali Pali. So
yeah.
But yeah, at the moment I've got Hempel Vice. I think that's probably a bit risky. It's just because of the whole 2 rounds thing. But I saw you went for like Humphreys Vice. It might be worth having a vice captain who just plays one match, but is going to win.
Yeah, that was my thinking. You've gone for Ryan Slower again as well, I see, rather than maybe that. Yeah, you can't resist.
I can't resist, man. I love him. He has been on form this year as well. I think he has he's had some high averages. Obviously, not picking Dirk is a bit of a killer, but
they were saying on that preview show that a lot Cyril's got quite far in a lot of tournaments. All the tournaments that he's gone out early and he's lost to Humphreys quite a few times, so he is playing well.
Yeah, he had one final. I think it was a Players' Championship. There was a final of him against. I can't remember who it was, but it was like an epic, and he lost. But they both had like well over 100 average.
Yeah,
so, yeah, and I love the guy, so it's got to be Searle. And then, like you said, Smith is 180s. Ross Smith, he does smash the 180s.
Have you had a look at the betting at all for that outright?
Humphrey's favorite.
3-1.
Yeah, which I guess it's not surprising considering his latest results, but he's never won the Worlds. I don't know,
he has got to a couple of quarters. Obviously, he's improved massively this year. There's some good prices outsiders, like Dobie. I think it's like 66-1.
Maybe like an Aspinall. He always brings it.
33s, I think.
33s for Asp is not bad.
Yeah, I think you need to sit down and have a look at the draw and see like how they can get through their quarter the easiest. And then obviously once you get to quarterfinal stages, sort of everyone's as good as each other in a way. Anderson as well. I think the only thing about Anderson is I think when it gets further into the tournament and the matches get a bit longer, he might struggle. He tends to have phases, doesn't he? Peter Wright, no one's talking about because he's just not really been on it.
Yeah. MVG is just he just loves switching to 19s, doesn't he? So that's why I can't stand it if you've got him for points.
Anderson's probably a good 180 hit. Anderson and Humphreys and Smith.
And Asp as well. It's quite a few.
Who?
Aspinall.
Yeah, and Cross. I've gone for Humphreys and Rob Cross. He hits quite a few 180s as well. He's had quite good.
Yeah, I don't know with Gez. At the moment, I've gone for Gezi, but there's a whole Ali Pally darts crowd thing, and
I think the early rounds he's fine, isn't he?
He should be.
When the crowd's a bit bigger later on.
To be fair, though, it's like any of these players should win their first. It's just like how many 180s are they going to hit, and if they're going to hit over 100 average, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I can't remember how many points do you get for a 180? Is it 1 point per 180? Because I'm just thinking, what's better, to have someone that hits 180s and wins like 4-3, or have someone that's just going to go out and win 4-0?
I think it was a point for every 3, wasn't it, last year? I can't remember. I'd have to check. I think it was a point every
it was,
180s. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a bit more digging, I think, in terms of the fixtures and stuff. Before obviously we got till like 6 or 7 tonight to finalize this. I had to do a bit more digging, but like I said, the mini league code is in the description. Give it a go. Even if you just throw a team together in like 2 minutes, you might even do well compared to not having any knowledge. Like, you just never know. But you're gonna watch the footy or the darts tonight?
Probably darts. Spurs, isn't it?
It's gotta be. You can flick in between. There's a bit of gap between games and stuff in there, so you can flick around. But
now that I've got Son, it's like I probably want to watch a bit of it. But I just got this bad feeling that now I finally put him in because it's the first week that I've had him, that Richarlison's just going to carry on smashing it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It makes sense to have Son definitely being on penalties now. I could have had him, but
it's still tempting to go with him captain, but Friday night game captain's a bit dodge.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, we'll end it there, man.
Good luck, everyone. Footy and darts. Enjoy.
Get involved. We'll have another over the next couple of weeks. We'll mix it up between the two. Cool. All right, mate. Nice one.
Good luck. Cheers.
Bye.